dream on. Weak niggas tryna diss, but my team strong. Street niggas eat with us, better think long. She a fan, sing my shit like it's a theme song. With your friends.
The station with the best music.
Hey, 450. It's your boy W over here chilling with Classic.
I'd have been played before. My niggas ain't come just to shoot shots. Nah, nigga, we came to score. You was just talking tough now when they show up. Tell me what you anxious for. I come with that aura, they take us. A feeling you can't restore. 450 the channel like your nuggets scramble. They only gon' hate us more.
It's a productive vibe with Classic and Quinn on Hot 702.5 FM. Yo, welcome to a productive vibe on Hot 702.5. I am excited per usual. I get excited about Wednesdays. I get excited about coming in here and talking about some real plays. I'm excited. So I'm glad that we are going to be able to, I guess today, productively just vibe, right? We just want to really chill, get some good new music out in space. We have some new independent artists that have given us quite a few things to choose from. We have the frequency songs that we appreciate all of the artists. You guys have voted some of everywhere. You were voting places we didn't even know y'all was going to go vote, but we appreciate the vote. We were able to pull them all in, get the count. We'll talk about who won. We'll play that song. So I'm excited.
I think I asked you that earlier this week. Like, who won?
Yeah,
I think the Quinn votes were still being tallied.
Quinn is banned.
Why?
Because you didn't vote.
I was doing other things. I didn't even have time to tune in.
So we can't let up on her. She didn't vote.
Hey,
y'all tell her to get involved and vote.
Listen.
So to everybody that did, you're the ones who voted for 450. That is the winning song. We'll definitely hear that today while we have time. But you know where I want to start besides saying welcome to our fans. You know, what plays have we made this week? What plays have you made this week? Talk to us a little bit about it. What plays have you made, Quinn? And welcome.
None. No, I'm just playing.
Sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes I had nothing. I didn't do anything.
I'm just playing.
This is not one of those weeks. It's been a heavy week.
I'm just joking, guys. It's the same thing with me. Honestly, still being consistent. Which has, when I tell y'all, it's been paying off. It has been paying off.
Keep it strong, y'all.
Quinn Boutique is going to be in stores soon. That will be official.
Yes.
Within the next 2 weeks or so. We'll be inside of What Dress Code Boutique. It's located in North Las Vegas. So definitely will be giving y'all more details on that. Shout out to Kia, the owner of What Dress Code.
Shout out to Kia and James.
That's my girl, Kia and her husband James.
Appreciate
Shout out to Bougie Girl. She's also inside of What Dress Code, y'all. She got some bomb accessories.
Yes.
So yes.
It's only up and you're stuck. You got a pop-up coming up, don't you? Or there's a won't Quinn Boutique be somewhere on Fridays that people can come out and check you out? And
Quinn Boutique will be at the last Fridays, actually hosted by Hot 702.5.
Yes, thank you to Icarice and the Hot
and
team
the Hot 702.5 family. So yes, I will be there this Friday.
Vendors, if you have not got involved, I don't know if you're following, get tapped in with Hot 702.5. They got spots available. Absolutely. And listen, guys, these spots are cheap. You're going to make this amount that you're going to pay for, I believe it's $20 or $25 for a vendor spot. When really, honestly, trust me, we throw conferences, we do all kind of things, and $25 is what you need to eat. That's just that. That's not getting your table in. That's not getting your space. So definitely, if we have vendors out there, come and join Quinn Boutique at last Fridays, hosted by Hot 702.5.
Yes.
You know, come and get your stuff out there. Whatever it is that you selling, and I believe selling and serving. Whenever you are connected with followers, customers, fans, whatever it may be, if you have something to sell them, you know, you have something to serve them. So absolutely. I'll definitely join you out there, Quinn, for Quinn Boutique.
It will be from 5 to 10, y'all. So definitely come hang out, come kick it. Yes, I'm sure be other vendors, food, good DJs.
Ladies, come finish your look.
Come finish your look with Quinn Boutique. Come on out.
Well, I appreciate them plays. Thank you for sharing. And I do think that honestly, the being consistent part is something I want to make sure we keep hitting on whenever we can. We have committed to not only being followers of the messages that we send, but, you know, participators and actively really making plays, like actively really being able to come in and say, you know what, it could be done. We won't have your formula. Like, that's not going to be the outcome. I've heard Jay-Z say it best, like, that's how it worked for you. So it may just work like that for us.
Absolutely.
But consistency is a part of the formula. So I don't care what you're working on, what you're working towards. If you're not consistent, I mean, I guess you are getting what you put in.
That's exactly what it is. You get what you put in.
You get what you put in. I've had an excellent week, actually, to this week, 450, when we think of making plays and talking about the frequency. There are a lot of plays made. Hopefully you guys have tapped in with the community page. That's at frequency 450. If you are artists, you definitely should be tapped in. We are creating so much exposure. We are working through a workshop right now. It's really a 3-part workshop. And honestly, you guys, they've had so many more parts than just 3. We've had 3 significant pieces that we need to make sure come together. We're moving on to the visual production, which is going to be representative of the video that just won last week. So I'm just excited to see these things move. I'm excited to see the artists grow. Major shout out to the artists. I mean, I can't really just, give shout out enough. That's Adam. He's on the board. A Freezy, Slow, Lasco Bills. He just really released Can I Vent? That is out. You can go stream that anywhere. So Lasco Bills for sure. Charisma. I mean, all the folks who have really just got down with the frequency. And when I mean get down, like they have been able to be creators. When we talk about getting down, or when we talk about connecting or collaborating, you are becoming a creator. I'm happy about what's happening with the frequency. I'm happy about the song that will go to production. Major shout out to the artists that, you made it. So we got a video coming for you. And this is all expense paid. The marketing behind this, the production, bringing in the true producers, the engineers, all of the professional people that have worked on this project. This is all on the frequency. So there's nothing more to do but get involved actively. Right. So we really appreciate the artists. And thank you to the artists that send in music for the frequency as well, because we're going to make sure that you stay on the playlist that'll get you exposure. So I'm feeling the plays this week for sure. Hey, look at Kiko, like Code Legacy. Want to give a major shout out.
Kiko.
We got a shout out Code Legacy actually, and we talked about Code Legacy before. They just another closing, some more doors. I have the lingo. They are called doors. Code Legacy got another door. So we're just excited about what's going on with them, and definitely a major partner and conversator just around plays. Trust me, there's a lot of conversation happening at Code Legacy. If you are not following Code Legacy, they do have an IG page. Get involved. Definitely tap in.
Definitely.
You guys, we got so much more in store for you. It is Wednesday. It is a productive vibe. So let's jump over to the music productively. Stay tuned, you guys. Hot 702.5.
Donald Trump with my green, I make cash moves. Make it on the low, yeah, I be casual. I don't talk much, I just bossed up. Came in with that sauce, make them do the salsa. This ain't grinding weed, bitch, I call it stardust. Travel with a pack, I feel like a mobster. Was just on the north, now I'm on the east side. You ain't trying to shop, then you get the peace sign. Re-up after re-up like I hit the rewind. Try to stop me, keep trying, yo who wanna be mine. Don't do beef over strings or the internet. I still her ex-man, he can't get her back. I don't hold shit back. Bitches diarrhea. You tryna get your lick back, but you don't got a heater. Some niggas pussies and they assholes. I don't wanna call them bitches, but I had to. You could watch how I move, I'll make bad moves. You can't stop what I do, that's a bad move. I'm like Fox on your block, I bring bad names. Turn your TV on, all you see is bad names. You gotta sit through the shit like a tattoo. Yeah, I did what I did cause I had to. I was stuck in the crib, tryna get it how I live. Got the stick, if you trip, I'm gon' flash you. As a youngin', I struggled to find the paper out. I got money on my mind, you can't take it out. I don't care, you can put me anywhere, I'll make it out. Where I'm from, Mr. Slums, I had to make it out. I stay strapped with the gun, we can take it down. We don't want to take it down.
I don't hold shit back, you know I let it go. Once a nigga up that pole, we finna up the scale. Brody said let's make the move, green light. This is go in love with them blues, I'm addicted to them bankrolls. Pull up with that shh. I'ma keep his mouth closed. All that posting on your Instagram, Brody, why you posing? Heard they hating on me cause the nigga really have emotion. No emotions, I get to that paper on waste time. Say she wanna see me, so I hit her ass on FaceTime. Gotta keep my hoodie on cause I'm a threat like Trayvon. Come through with a bitch if we don't hit them, spin it 2 times. Show these bitches I'm a superstar, now a few blind. I'm a solid nigga, you a rip off like a coupon. I be pushing P's and some white tees and some force ones. In the streets, I'm cocky, every play I make, we up one. I'm just getting started, nigga, I ain't knowing it done. I'm the top done, bitches spoke, but they know I'm the one. Somebody call the fireman, I'm hotter than the Phoenix Suns.
Zone, how fast shit gon' go? Slime being reckless, style scripture on the floor, I stand for 'em. And everything that's flying with it, can't sit back and clock the motion like a bee on buzzing, bitch. And if I come up on the stage, you pay attention. Was broken, damaged, wasted, stranded, clear, no adolescents in a box. But these chains will never tempt me. I don't bond, I made mistakes, but now I'm changing my directions easy. Wrapped around my waist is BB, believe me. I came up out of nothing, Ace on the TV. Fox 10 on the man, now they see me. 2020 vision, see you young and keep on dreaming.
Major shout out. That was from one of the songs that came out of the Frequency Creative Artists Workshop. So we definitely want to always rock and stay tuned with good music, and that is good music.
It
Definitely is. Welcome back, you guys. So Productive Vibe. You are hanging out with Classic and Quinn. And today it is just a productive vibe. Like, we want to hit on some news. Let's get caught up on some trending topics. We want to hear music from, when you think about it, we want to hear music from our NPM 450 indie artists. So we definitely got that in line for you. I want to make sure that we honestly, too, take a couple minutes just to discuss anything that's just been around the space. We always bring in stuff around culture. We bring in stuff around, just news that you can use to make plays with. Sometimes news is not always informative. Our goal is to be informative around what we bring you, and hopefully they'll lead you to whatever your next play may be. So without further ado, let's start with Musk. I think we might as well just go and get him out in the open. He was the biggest purchaser this week.
The biggest, obviously.
He was the biggest purchaser.
I know it's all over. Y'all saying that he just bought a Twitter for, oh Jesus,
But he followed him
44 billion dollars.
And the funny, it's not funny, but the contingency is there were no contingencies, right? So you buy this major social media platform and you don't really have any rules. It's just yours. And Elon Musk threw a little bit of a fit and just decided to buy the platform. I guess if you got billions of dollars and want to put 44 into Twitter, you can. But how do you feel about just thinking of, one, Obama has called for stricter rules. Some of the parties who protect some of the classes who are most vulnerable, like the Black community, LGBT community, the women community, they have called for just more strict rules and provisions around social media, and rightfully so. You guys have seen the comments, you guys have seen the posts, you've seen the communication that has switched the outcome of elections. These are powerful tools that, when you hear the people who are the CEOs, the leaders in these companies that have resigned, stepped down, that these platforms are doing much more to our community, our mental fitness, than just being able to post and like. Just being able to say, hey, I'm gonna put a selfie up and hopefully, a few of my friends enjoy it. There's a lot more happening. So how do you feel about one powerful person owning a complete social media platform that, is gonna try and say you have freedom of speech all the way through?
And you don't.
we do not, but we're supposed to.
We're supposed to, but we don't. I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. I feel like there could have been a lot of other things done with that $44 billion.
I guess saying that to somebody who got a whole bunch of $44 billion, maybe. I do think that he could have put it in other spaces. But, Elon he's what do they call him? A disruptor. He doesn't want to follow status quo. He wants to get people riled up. I think you mentioned it. Twitter didn't do as well as some of the counterparts. They're not even a quarter of the percentage of income big. They compared them to like Wells Fargo or something. I got to look at the actual numbers, but they didn't do well. So with Twitter buying it, you see a couple of our folks who have been banned from Twitter celebrating that. One, I'm gonna be reinstated, but two, we have somebody taking over this platform that'll allow us to say what we want to say. So I'm just more thinking through the processes of how do you coach yourself? Like, how do you speak to yourself about what's real, like what is not? I did hear a really good message this week, where facts are not final. And when you are on the social media platform, there are a lot of things that are being passed as probably like facts, but they're not truly final. And I think the goal here is to use these platforms in a way that you've already decided, who you are, what you're looking for, what you're going to stand for, what you're going to research and read more into, right? Like, I feel that is more of our responsibility as the users. And understanding, just like we do with associations, there are certain places I won't shop, I won't spend money.
Facts.
If this is going to be a playground to, humiliate women or degrade Black people, or, throw the LGBT community into a spiral, or just cause disruption, chaos, maybe it's not for us. I guess we have to make individual decisions on how we engage.
Definitely do.
But 44 billion, Twitter has been bought. Let's see Let's see how the accounts go.
I think it's going to just be, I don't know. You know, I'm not a big social media person anyway. I can care less about social media. All that shit can disappear for all I
can be gone.
Honestly, and I wouldn't give two
nothing
about it.
Well, Quinn won't be on Twitter, Elon, so don't worry about her. She's moving on. She's doing her own thing. And let us know what you guys are gonna do. Is Twitter the thing? Is you gonna, what's your fear about it, if there are any? And hopefully we're not fearful about it. Hopefully we are trying to still use it for business if it's gonna be appropriate. And having tough conversations that have merit. Like, are we jumping into these conversations to listen? Sometimes I feel like the comments, some people just be out of line. You're bored. You ain't got nothing to do.
It's ridiculous. Like, people are cruel on social media. Like, it's sad, man. It's sad, but
here we are. Well, let us know how you feel about Twitter. Let us know what you feel about the purchase. Let us know what you think Elon Musk gonna do or not do. Let us know if you're gonna stay on Twitter. Let us know how you gonna plan to use it. I do want to jump into another song. This song is from Kid Friendly, and this is the birthday song. His birthday was just April 5th, I believe, was Kid's birthday. Actually, to all the April birthdays, major shout out. There were so many. Aries ruled the nation. I see y'all. So many April birthdays. My mother's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Mom. I know she's a tourist, but she fell in April. So definitely a major shout out to the birthday people. But Kid, I got you right here. It's called Birthday Song. Check it out.
And they thought 24 was just gonna be the same as 23. I thought that. Top of the booth. Yeah. I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm a soldier, I'm ready to die. I won cause I won with Jehovah. I cannot wait for confetti to fly. I pray to the soul inside. Child of God, you know the vibes. I'm too pretty for pride. That's how I be petty in pitiful times. People complain about paper. I promise your problems will never be mine. I'm saying hate to the hate, there's no hate to my heart, cause my time is divine. It's crazy how currency was created to kill the humankind. I eradicate evil when I am elated, I'm happy to shine. My brothers be beeping me, happy belated, my birthday, April 5th. I manifest miracles when meditating, that's how I coexist. I cooperate with chemical combination and now I'm getting rich. It's comical how I used to be complacent, like fuck that complaining shit. You don't know who you playing with, pro-black, so I look like a Satan, there's no cap. I am more elevated, as if you relate to this, I'll put some bass in the house, that. And we laugh and we get higher than the moon. Every day is like another lie. Every day is like another try. Every day is like another ride. Manifest with your third eye. Heart so cold, they see how I move with a glow. Tryna enlighten the bros, flashing the light in the flashy approach. I do what I do when she move, how she move. I ain't never gonna judge if she coming back. I come with that juice, yeah, I know I'm too smooth. Got a building the bus, got them running laps. I'm fresh out the land, her, she good with the scams. Smiling, reply, get your money, though. Flash at your plane for me, shit in the plans. So you good with the gram, but it's funny, bro. Shawty say that I'm already late, but I told her I'm already paid. And I gotta go hard, cause I know that I'm hungry. It's funny, I already ate. And we laugh and we get higher than the moon. Every day is like another lie. Every day is like another try. Every day is like another ride. Manifest with your third eye. Frequency. Frequency.
Thank you, Kid. I heard that shout out on the end. I never heard that shout out, actually. I listened to it a little closely now, and I caught it. Appreciate it, Kid. That was the birthday song, y'all, by Kid Friendly, one of the artists on the 450 MPM Indie Artist Collection. You guys, welcome back to A Productive Vibe.
Dope artists.
You're chilling with Quinn. You're chilling with Classic. Yeah, we got some more news to talk through. Today we want to vibe productively. We're gonna play some good music. We're gonna make sure you guys hear just some indie artists at work doing what they do, and then some news you can use. What plays are you making around them? And then all of the information inquiries that we've had this week. We always try and make sure we have a quick moment to just take a question or two. We want to have people who pose questions to us that are really trying to work on mental fitness, really trying to work on being present. I had a really good conversation this week. It was about trying to explain the difference between manifestation and anxiety. And I really was able to like, and I enjoy these conversations. I love when people bring something to me that's just more or less like, how do you think through it? How do you think about it? But I really think the biggest difference is input and outcome. Manifestation is you thinking about your input. What are you gonna do? What plays are you gonna make? What are you gonna get done? But then when you think anxiety, it's like you just focus on the outcome. What could be, what may be, what might come out, what might say something. You know what I mean? Like, that is the difference. Like, we don't want to get stuck. And this show is more or less about, strengthening mental fitness. It's about making plays. It's about knowing that you're capable, knowing that you're able, different than the person sitting next to you. The difference is in the work. It's in the plays that you make.
Absolutely.
The days that you show up, so having these conversations, I'm hopeful that they're helping. We pray about these conversations all the time. We want to make sure it make it to the people that need it to make the next play. So we are here for that productively. We'll definitely chime into a couple questions from our fans right out of the Playmaker Academy. The folks that are just talking about good things. So we want to have good conversations. What's next in news? Let's bring up some. I know we have something to talk about. Did you guys know about? Is the airline?
I was just about to say, I don't know if everybody knew this, but I know I didn't know about it. I'm curious.
Found out this week too. It's weird that it both hit our doorstep, but
very weird. So Delta Airlines will be the first airline that starts paying their flight attendants during boarding. So this is something I never knew, that flight attendants are not paid during the boarding process of the flight. Their pay starts when everyone is seated and the door closes before takeoff.
And I never knew. So one, I didn't know that. So good point. I did not know that that airline attendants are paid basically when the door closes. I always think too. What I heard that made me say really is like they are not paid for like lapses and overage delays. If you have to sit and wait for your flight, if your flight is stuck somewhere, if you're on the tarmac, like if you are there and there's a delay, like your flight stops too on landing, like so your pay stops on landing.
Right. That is crazy.
Which is, I would be a little, that's like Walmart, ain't it? Like you just gonna pay for work. You're not gonna pay me for the work that I've done, huh? But it sounds like the perks have made people like, I'll fly wherever I want to, whenever I want to, that's a pretty good perk right now, especially with gas prices making these flights ridiculous. People flying even into Vegas today and tomorrow. I've had a team member fly in today and $700 more than her ticket would have been, but the NFL draft is tomorrow, right?
Yes,
so
the NFL draft.
Any reason to make flights higher? I'm hopefully that the stores, all the stuff that you're gonna have to work on during this, even an event like this at Vegas, you're just thinking about the folks who are not getting paid until the door closes, and then after they land, no matter what happens, delays, anything like that, it just is what it is. But you're right. That was new to me. I didn't know. So
new to me. When I came across this article and I was reading, I'm like, what?
What's the big deal here? Why wouldn't y'all pay y'all people for like a clock in? You start at 8. Right. They don't get no travel or anything like that. So even like the travel from home to get going, to be ready, none of that.
None of that is included. Yeah. That gotta be rough. But man, there's a lot of people out here that are flight attendants and they love it. Shout out to y'all. I couldn't do it.
You say that's not your thing.
I can do it. No.
Oh,
I was just going to say, this is kind of off topic, but it's a lot of stuff going on in Vegas.
I was about to say something about Vegas. Girl, stay off my energy wavelength. What's going on in Vegas? What's going on in Vegas? Let's talk.
Because you mentioned the NFL draft.
Yes, tomorrow.
I forgot that was even tomorrow.
Yes, just go to the draft.
So many award ceremonies. The Grammys was here. It's another award ceremony that's going to be here. Dang, I forgot, what was it?
Womp. We want to know.
It's in May, I think.
Womp.
It's in a couple weeks.
You have to look it up.
I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna get back to y'all.
What
but
else
yeah,
is
it's
going
been
on?
a lot. It's just so much going on.
Neo.
The Palms Resort is opening back up.
It is.
Yeah.
They just got brought out by who brought the Palms? We reported on that too.
We reported on that a while ago. I know.
We were wondering if Real World was going to come back.
I know it's a company that's based out of California.
We were wondering if Real World was going to come back and be recorded. Probably not.
Come back and be recorded inside the
They got enough
still.
reality TV. They don't need Real World to come back.
Right. Neo and his wife Crystal they're saying remarried. I saw that they renewed their vows, so I already know what's going on. But their wedding was here.
They had a vow renewal.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I seen the pictures posted. It was Very nice.
Nice.
Roses were everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. It was beautiful.
Major shout out to Neo and is it Crystal, correct?
Crystal.
Neo and Crystal.
Someone else got married here
Recently? You be having all the tea. Why you know everything?
One of the Kardashians.
Somebody got married? A Kardashian
Courtney
got married?
Kardashian.
Travis.
Her and Travis. Yeah, they got married here too a couple weeks ago during the Grammys. The weekend of the Grammys, they got married here. It's just been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on in Vegas. Vegas been popping.
Is it popping?
Popping. That's what I just said.
We'll take it, popping. We'll take that. Y'all, we are on a productive vibe, Hot 702.5, talking through some news, talking through some things that you can use, trending topics. We definitely got the indie artists on deck today. We want to vibe a little bit more than usual. You guys, we got some music lined up. I want to play for you guys a song that is going to production for Forever 450, you guys. So I want to make sure we get that out. So we'll play that later on today. Let's start with a new one from W. One of our NPM artists for sure. Shout out to W in the Frequency team. It's called Kakarai.
Call me Kakarai. I was down, but I bounced back. Thought I landed on the mattress. Stick to the green like the thorns to a cactus. Get in between and we closing your casket. I got a couple of plays lined up for the day like a gym. You could catch me in traffic. Special delivery, I got the package from my assembly just for the baggage. She say I'm hot as a furnace. Niggas is drunk, so I'm calling them Germans. Can't stop my shine cause I'm way too determined. Bitches a rat like a mummy, a turban. One thing for certain, pockets ain't hurting. But if you dare, I'ma cut up like surgeons. Folks say I really deserve it. Only a hater would think I ain't earned it. I like a skill of this. She yours, but for now, bitches. Speed limit 30, I'm not in a hurry, but I drive like I'm on a. I'm with the money, yeah, you with the dummies. At birds of a feather, y'all daffy duck. Value just multiply, minus the other. Got snakes sake for me, just say not enough. Past niggas, stayed in my lane, now my bag bigger. Don't share my blunt with no ass kisses. Invest in myself, you a bad spinner. She a wreck from the way that I crashed in. Follow intuition, ain't intuition. Fucking intermission, bitch, we in a mission. Life's a trip, so I microdose, always in the mix. Yeah, I been a chemist. I be low, if she broke, then it's adios. In the context is Danny Phantom. I asked her why, she said cause I be ghost. It's counted down, now I'm infinite. I was broke, that ain't keep me limited. I was down bad, but I snapped back. Only thing I feel now is adrenaline. Yeah, meet me at the spot. Get you higher than an astronaut. Be up for hours, I got the power. I put your ass down like I'm Kakarot. Hit my line, meet me at the spot. Get you higher than an astronaut. Be up for hours, I got the power. I put your ass down like I'm Kakarot. Hit my line, meet me at the spot. Get you higher than an astronaut. Be up for hours, I got the power. I get your ass down like I'm Kakarot.
Hey, thanks for riding with us. It's Hot 702.5. Let's hear W with Shadow Work.
Fuck what they talking about. They talking about felony, yeah? Where we at though? Tell me where we at. Nigga, we at the bags, nigga.
Accountability. Niggas take everything else but that. If you can't accept what you did, you'll never accept who you was. Let alone what you're doing and who you becoming.
Coupe taking off, riveting. Sorry, but I can't be limited. I'm limitless, living infinite. I've been through my fate, I invented it. I move at a frequency, just tryna keep the peace, yet they want me as they nemesis. Got shadows on standby, I win by lens like they going that green if I give them it. I reminisce, on them nights it was late, full of pain, can't escape how they hate, chopper yell out in rage. It's a price of this game, ain't no rules, go insane, traumatized, but I'm out of that phase. Was a clown with my guys, what we did, no regrets, we was out of them trenches. I could tell you some things that you wouldn't believe, it was just me and God as my witness. When I die, we gon' have us a long chat, but I know that he know I ain't want that. Problems come up, just so I resolve that. Ain't wanna go home, please don't call back. On the block, it was hot, had some hoes in the spot, niggas shot couple shells, what was in those? I was born from the rack, I walk tall like I'm shot home, my head high, I'm standing on 10 toes. Taking off, riveting, sorry but I can't be limited. I'm limitless, living infinite. I've been through my fate, I invented it. I move at a frequency, just tryna keep the peace, yet they want me as they nemesis. Got shadows on standby, I win by lens like they going that green if I give them it.
I reminisce. On them days almost turned me great, but I wasn't afraid. In fact, I was too brave. Was amazed how we trapped, they amazed at the fact. 6'4", bitch, we still catching them plays. It ain't matter, my life was disaster. I came from the money, it wasn't a challenge. 450 was a game, but for frequency, I treat the trap house like it was a palace. See, when wide open, treat my haters like neighbors. I wouldn't feel right, so I keep them close. I do me, but some say that be the most. I don't know if they dead or I'm seeing gold. Feeling blessed like I sneeze, I'm a dog with no fleas. Told the truth, not your nigga, I'm seasonal. From the land of the skins, you get played for some bands. My voice stay posted up at that PMO. Taking off, vivid. Sorry, but I can't be limited. I'm limitless, living infinite. I've been through my fate, I invented it. I move at a frequency, just trying to keep the peace. Yet they want me as they nemesis. Got shadows on standby, I win by a landslide. They going that green if I give them it. Coupe taking off, riveted. Sorry, but I can't be limited. I'm limitless, living infinite. I've been through my fate, I invented it. I move at a frequency, just trying to keep the peace. Yet they want me as they nemesis. Got shadows on standby, I win by a landslide. They going that green if I give them it. Give them it.
I don't know how y'all feel, but my music has to have some substance into it. Like hearing the line that says, I've been through my fate, I invented it, right? Like I want to hear music like that, music that's going to make me rethink like, I did kind of. I am living in my thoughts,
music
right?
Music got some meaning.
Music that has meaning. I'm living in my thoughts currently. So technically, I've been through my fate. I invented this. I invented it by the thoughts that I've had. And this is just where we are. Welcome back, you guys, to A Productive Vibe on Hot 702.5. We rocking with Quinn. We definitely got some news you can use. We've been actually vibing a little bit more, but we do got some productive stuff to talk through. What's up next on the trending topics?
I want to touch on, and we've talked about this quite a bit, but as everyone knows, the case is still ongoing. Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. She recently did an interview with Gayle, just talking about the situation and what happened, like giving details, like went in deep into everything. CBS even obtained text messages from Meg Thee Stallion's friend, Kelsey Nicole, pretty much texting and telling her manager that help, Megan was just shot by Tory. Literally that's what the text message said. And she's getting a lot of backlash.
Kelsey is, or
Megan Thee Stallion is.
Yeah, for sure.
Just from speaking on and giving so much details. Like everyone knows she's been silent or tried to be as silent as she can be about everything that happened and what took place. But the case is still open.
How you feel about the sit down with Gayle? You think that was the right move? Do you agree with kind of what you're seeing, that you showed some of your cards, you gave out information or whatever? I mean, I feel like Megan has been very clear that
she has
Tory shot.
Been very, she has been clear saying he shot her. He shot her. Definitely,
right.
She's been clear on that. But meaning like quiet about details. There's been a lot of speculation and he say, she say on what really happened. So for her to really sit down with Gayle and give her side, there's always two sides to a story, three, whatever, however you want to call it. But I don't know how to feel about it. I think just because this case is still open, like there's a whole trial that has to take place. Maybe she should have waited.
Yeah. The other thing is the company of Gayle. Like I never profess to say I want to do somebody's job or do it different or better than them, because it's hard to be in some of these seats for sure.
Yeah.
But sometimes Gayle is more for the entertainment of things. I think that she asks the tough, weird questions. And when I say weird, like it's almost that she's insinuating that, you have your part to play, and not more like good journalism, like not more good interviewing. Like if you just think about interviewing somebody, like let people tell you what it is that they want to tell you, and then you ask questions based on, what fans want to know, because I'm sure that there is an obligation to your crowd. But respectful with the space. Gayle to me is not trustworthy in the space, and I do sometimes feel like things that come out of her interviews are tainted. They are slewed. They are, just was not 100, and I don't know if Meg Thee Stallion chose the right person to interview with. I don't know if Gail would. I would have given her my interview.
Maybe she should have sat down with Oprah or somebody.
Oh Lord, I don't know if Oprah and Gail. Oprah and Gail ain't they cousins or something?
They're related in
some
type of way. They are,
maybe.
But
I don't know if she wanted to go sit at Oprah backyard either.
Gail is a little more drama-ish.
Maybe.
You know, I don't know.
Really just shouting out to Meg Thee Stallion, and not even thinking about like shout outs to her, but shouting out being able to talk through the story. You essentially did get shot. You essentially are kind of being the one that's, whether you are supported or not, being drugged through the conversation of, you know, how things go. I did see her clap back on her song. That was what was the song called? She was serious about that.
Her song she performed at Coachella, man, I forgot the name. I listened to it twice, but that clap back was serious.
So I think the point here is, you know, after you do those kind of things, like, yeah, just, you know, you said what you want to say. I think we know how you feel about Tory.
Yeah.
So, you know, protect yourself. I think the Cocktails with Queens
definitely had their opinion on things. Vivica Vox spoke up and was saying, you know, she should have had her legal team decide if she should speak on things or not, because of course it is still an open investigation.
Did they agree with the choice or not really for it, or
did who agree? All
Cocktails
the
with Queens.
They
did.
They
feel like she should have kind of held it.
Yeah, they did.
It's a little sensitive. It's okay. Sometimes we want to get our story out. Sometimes we want to be heard.
This is a tough situation that she's in, and she's been holding strong. She's still been, you know, doing what she got to do for herself. She also said she was so desperate to have people around her. Because, you know, when she lost her mom, she felt like she had nobody. Sure. So she just let the wrong people into her circle, into her space, and this is what happened to her.
That's the result of it.
Yeah.
Cool. Honestly, you guys, as you are thinking through, and I always try and make some of this news sound like real life to you, as you guys are making decisions on, and I always think vulnerability brings us here, but to share your story with people, whatever the scenario is, whatever the problem is, to share your story with people. I feel the goal in general is just about protecting your space, protecting your peace.
Absolutely.
Are you talking about it to, you know, get support on it? Are you talking about it to change something? Are you talking about it to make sure that you feel comfortable mentally, that you feel good about it, you know, from your standpoint? So really, honestly, I encourage people, talk to people about what's going on when it makes sense, you know, hold your cards when you need to, and understand who you are when you're giving the message. Because the bigger message is you don't tell the wrong people, like, you really are, you know, you're not in the right space yourself when you tell a story, especially if something comes back where it's, you know, knocking you down or not making you feel good, or somebody can say something that makes you change, you know, your perception or point of view on things when you are sure about what it is that you want to do. So I'm just more hopeful that Megan is taken care of. She's feeling good. She's still, you know, waiting to go to trial and see what the outcomes are. I'm just, you know, praying for good keep on everybody's side. Hopefully you guys do have people to talk to and you can get certain things off your chest when you need to. So whether she was right or wrong and talking important. To Gail, get it out.
Yeah, so you gotta get it out.
Y'all know what it is. We on a productive vibe. We'll have 702.5 and we gonna keep it going productively. I want to throw an old one in the mix. I know we've been playing a lot of new music, but I don't want to forget about our folks who've been here for a while rocking with us. So Hot 702.5. Major shout out to Indigo B. We want to hear Witching Hour. That's my favorite.
Good one.
Y'all know that's one of my songs.
It's a good one, yes.
Y'all joining Classic and Quinn on a productive vibe. Y'all stay tuned.
Sometimes I'm treacherous, I'm reckless. I had to cut niggas off, up and dissolve all that shit that I was messing with. Hey, I had to check a bitch, cause he wasn't getting it. This ain't the whole thing, I need the whole thing, was the rest of it. That shit is irrelevant. I dated my past, I'm dead on your ass, I'm getting my bag, this ain't a settlement. Tell me who you invested with. You niggas been dodging my hits, have been writing these scriptures so hard, look like Christ in my wrist, I got references. Nigga, I deserve reverence. This is so effortless, flock of a feather. I thought we was riding together, but you wasn't pedaling. There's some fake snakes in the game that won't even break bread, but I'ma change it, I'm going up, blowing up. I'ma show you niggas where the exit is. You see the time is now, we at the precipice. Look how I'm vibing now, my spirit won't let me quit. Hey, I'm positive now that my shit is excellence. And you just a pessimist if you don't fuck with me. I'm going up quickly, I'm stacking above the ceiling. I'm from a city that they call a Miller, really got the bugs for me. Fucking the other city unless you're giving me some buzz, pretty please, like it was a tree, wish a nigga would, not a hood nigga, still I'm treacherous. Ayy, I'm reckless. I had to cut niggas off, up and dissolve all the shit that I was messing with. Ayy, I had to check a bit. She wasn't getting it. This ain't a whole thing. I need the whole thing. Was the rest of it? Came for your spot and round in the block, the circular motion. Stirring the pot and whipping the lot. It's a fiery ocean. I'm finna pop and you bout to flop, cause I got the potion. To the top and be open, goddamn it, all these bodies is floating. Like the Dead Sea, no other nigga is ahead of me. I got the drop and got the red beam. See, I'm always watching, never get sleep. They was hating on me, but they play it now. Saving niggas out on paving ground. See it on their faces, ain't no switching places. Keep up with the cadence, see they wanting my crown. Be careful if you think you're stomping on my ground. Running, gunning niggas over with my sound. I'm cutting niggas' feet off in my town. If you ever see me frown, it's cause sometimes I'm treacherous. Ayy, I'm reckless. I had to cut niggas off, up and dissolve all the shit that I was messing with. Ayy, I had to check a bit. She wasn't getting it. This ain't a whole thing. I need the whole thing. Was the rest of it? Ayy, that shit is irrelevant. I dead in my past, I'm dead on your ass, I'm dead in my bag, but this ain't a settlement. Nah, tell me who you invested with. You niggas been dodging my hits, I've been writing these scriptures so hard, look like Christ in my wrist, I got references. Nigga, and this is the evidence. Evidently you was never with me, I could sell a dream and teach you elementary. You a detriment, I'm about to detonate, I'm about to wreck a stitch and probably catch a case. You see we need a brief, you need to get it straight, I'm about to feed the people, better educate a nigga treacherous. Ayy, I'm reckless. I had to cut niggas off, up and dissolve all the shit that I was messing with. Ayy, I had to check a bit. She wasn't getting it. This ain't a whole thing. I need the whole thing. Was the rest of it?
Hey ladies, it's Quinn, owner of Quinn Boutique. Are you ladies in a shopping mood and want to revamp your closet? Are you going on vacation and looking for the baddest heel to step out in? Or is it ladies' night and you and your girls are looking for the flyest handbags? Well, look no further, ladies. Quinn Boutique, we got you covered. Come and shop with us to complete your look. Visit us online at quinsboutique.com. Check us out on IG at Quins_Boutique and coming soon in stores at What Dress Code Boutique.
Ain't you fine? Wonder what it takes to make you mine. I know plenty try to get you to change your mind. Ain't really in a rush, so take your time. Embrace it. Can't keep her eyes to herself since I came in. Real nigga on her tongue, she can taste it. Don't waste it. Embrace it. As I step in a place, I spot you just looking at her place, looking at me like you trying to get a taste. Her the African drip from the motherland, I'm a beast, no way. But I'm trying to get a piece of the cake. Shitty pretty in the face, hips thick and she skinny in the waist. Oh Lord have mercy, amazing grace. Trying to comprehend and embrace what's taking place. Embrace it, light up a blunt and just face it. Riding up front in a spaceship, you wanna take a trip, don't trip. I ain't racist, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You can taste it, take it, make it yours. When it rains, it pours, so I'm taking yours. Try to make you mine, I can wait what it takes. We can take your time, time is of essence every second. You bless me with your presence, leave me guessing and asking questions. What's love to a nigga that hates? What's real to a nigga that's fake? How you feel, is it real or fake? How I know you ain't a venomous snake? I guess it's benefit of the doubt. I'm a mess, I ain't messing with clout. Every breath, every second would count. Cut the check, it's a heavy amount. Money we chasing, I'm on my grind. Time is of essence, I value my time, so embrace it. Ain't you fine? Wonder what it takes to make you mine. I know plenty try to get you to change your mind. Ain't really in a rush, so take your time. Embrace it. Can't keep her eyes to herself since I came in. Real nigga on her tongue, she can taste it. Don't waste it. Embrace it. How can you tell when they genuine though? Heaven and hell, at times I feel I'm living in both. Heartache lingering like the odor off of my blunt. Not really mingling, don't mean knowing what you want. She like how I walk tall, treat her like an all-star. Only like to conversate, don't believe in small talk.
Ain't worried about these hoes, fuck them all. I'm a boss, get close, can you feel it rubbing off? But then you ain't hearing me, my words bring purity. If your ex don't get here with me, that'll spark insecurities. Eat it like a cantaloupe, you might get a kick from me. And I got that antidote, let me give you energy. So deserving, I like the way that you work it. Got a thing for you, swear I've been here before, it's this deja vu. In my past life, maybe I was made for you. I'm a UFO, fuck around and make a nigga lose control. But you can take the wheel, baby, move the boat. Move the boat. If I had to leave now, tell me would you go? Get you in that moonlight, baby, would you dance with me? Got me feeling for your touch, how you put those hands on me. You too fly to be alone, baby, you can land on me. Words are cheaper with these actions, you can throw some bands on it. Ain't you fine? Wonder what it takes to make you mine. I don't plenty try to get you to change your mind. Ain't really in a rush, so take your time. Embrace it. Keep my eyes to herself since I came in. Real nigga on her tongue, she can taste it. Don't waste it. Embrace it.
Welcome back. It's a Productive Vibe. You chilling with Quinn and Classic. We're right here on Hot 702.5. I'm hopeful that you guys are enjoying the music. We got a lot of artists. That was Kzilla with Embrace featuring W as well. Let's jump into a question. I like this segment for our show, and we really are just bringing in questions from people who are asking really to improve their mental fitness, to improve direction, whatever it is that you're working on. You know, ask those questions, see what the answers are, collectively collect the answers to your questions and see what makes sense for you moving forward. From Taylor, Taelore on IG, you guys follow her. Her question is, how do I know when I'm making the right plays?
Good question.
That's a great question. And I think that's a great question. I believe that's a great question because I think we all have them. Like, there are times where I even personally am looking for clarity. Like, am I making the right move? Is this the right risk? That's another piece. We'll talk about risk soon.
Yeah.
But to Taylor, the moves that you guys think about making, right? You know, first and foremost, however you position yourself to say, I'm going to do this next, because that's essentially what plays are, what you're going to come up with next and what you're going to do. I honestly feel if you are making goals, if you have a outcome that, you know, empowers people, you yourself are growing, you will get found or connected to the right work if you just put your head down and do the work. So are you doing the right thing? It may not start off like that. There are things I've done. I started off, you know, on this side of the house, and by the time I look up, I'm in a totally different lane, and it found me. It pulled me. It got me into the place. But the one common piece was I was found working, right? You were found working. The people that are making plays, they're found working on something. So is there a right or wrong to what you're working on? I don't think that that's necessarily, you know, a right or wrong answer on that. I more or less think that if you have plays that you want to make, continue to make sure that they are intentionally sound. You have good intentions for other people. You know, we talk a lot about, you know, you got to do good shit for other people. Like, it's not monopolized, you know, you're not, you know, sending bad energy into space, because that'll find you. So for your answer, and hopefully it's a good one for you, is, you know, put your head down and make the plays that you have set to make, and get found doing the work in those moments, because I feel like it'll connect you to whatever it is that you need to be doing next. The other thing too for me is my body tells me when I'm in the wrong space.
When you're in tune.
When you're in tune, like when
which is on a whole nother level.
When you've done things to, you know, whether you are good at, you know, manifesting or meditation, or you're good at, you know, connecting spiritually, or whatever it may be. I think when you can align yourself with thinking, when you can align yourself with practices, your body will tell you if it's like, hey, stop it. And sometimes, and we talked about this on one of the shows, people numb those feelings. The problem is you can't numb just one side. You got to numb everything. So even the knowledge of you making the right plays, you know, don't numb them out. Feel, hear, listen to your body. Is it pushing you in the right direction? But at all costs, put your head down and make some plays. You'll know as you're making the plays that they're the right ones to make and or not. So I'm hopeful that is helpful. Anything to add for Miss Taylor? How do I know if I'm making the right play?
I just kind of wanted to piggyback off of what you were saying. Pay attention to your body and what it's telling you. That gut feeling that you get, it's real. Mm-hmm. So 9 times out of 10, if it's a move that you shouldn't be making, or you're feeling uncertain or uncomfortable about it, it's not the right play to be making. And like you said, your plays are your goals. So really sit down and think about what those goals are, what your mission is, and what you're trying to get to. Yeah. And that should definitely help you to be on the right track of making the right plays.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Taylor, for sending in that question. If that helps, let us know. If you have another question, hey, let us know. If you guys out there listening have some questions for us, we definitely are monitoring the chat. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitch. We're everywhere, and we want to make sure we're here for you and whatever plays it is that you're trying to make. So major shout out to Taylor for sending in that question to A Productive Vibe.
That was good.
What's next on the news tip?
So one last thing we have for news, guys. I don't know if you guys remember, and a lot of you may remember Making the Band. I was on MTV.
Making the Band.
One of the former Making the Band stars, Chopper, was arrested on sex trafficking charges. So the article pretty much is stating that there was an undercover cop here in Nevada that posed as a sex worker and reached out to him via DM, and pretty much his conversation and things that they were communicating back and forth, they pretty much came up with, yeah, this guy's a pimp and he's looking for some workers, some prostitutes type of thing. Yeah, he was arrested. It's crazy. It's crazy.
You know what's more crazy to me is the type of conversations you guys choose to have in the DMs. Like, that is not, safe space.
Not at all.
And Chopper, thank you. I'm glad he, if he got put down for trafficking, I don't disagree. You should have gone down. But more or less, you guys, the amount of just information, data that is held on all of us, one, is ridiculous. We're going to do a show called Agree to All. You know how you guys go to you join something, or you're on a website and they ask you at the bottom, can we use your cookies? Like, that thing is important.
No.
And when they now make it really easy, because they'll put like 4 different policies and agreements in one place and just say Agree to All. We're going to talk about really what Agree to All is. Agree to All is such a unknown factor in our lives that really, things like what happened to Chopper in the DMs, that, you would have been caught even if they ain't used no Secret Service person or, no undercover cop, because we are very free with our data. We're very free with the information that we give. That's an unfortunate situation. I'm glad it's one less trafficker on the streets, get them out of here and done. But folks, pay attention to the information that you are putting into some of anything, some of our social medias, everything. When you go to Hulu and sign up, when you update your TV and it says, do you agree? This is real life, and they are
agreeing to your life.
There's a show. What is the show called? We've been watching, and I've been diving into so many shows, you guys. More documentaries to be able to come out and say, how are people really connected?
That one documentary that you...
Yes.
Is it called Connected?
One of them is called Connected, and one of them, and I don't know if it's connected specifically, I'll bring this back to you guys. I'll probably put it on my IG for you to just take a look at it. But you have rights to request how much data platforms have on you. So even if you wanted to reach out to Twitter or Instagram and just say, what data do you have? That's a part of something you agree to. If you ask for your data, they have to give it to you.
Yeah.
Every person, at minimum, if you have a profile, probably have about 800 pages. This is a minimum number. However, most people who have, are frequent users, avid users, can have anywhere between 8,000, 9,000 pages of just collected data on you. Down to, where are your high peaks? What makes you happy? Where do you smile? What things do you love? That's the AI kind of teaching there to let the software know how to, pull you back in. If you took too long or you're trying to take some me time, which you need some me time, they'll put something up that you really love. It'll be, I got a shoe sale. And me, is it Jordan? What is it? You got to watch that. So
listen,
really the message after that is pay attention and do not agree to all. Know what you're agreeing to for sure. And Chopper, guess you got chopped.
Why I don't like social media, but yeah.
I feel like in this day and age, not using social media,
you're
going to have a really good word of mouth life.
Okay? I would live off the grid.
Quinn would live off the grid.
Perfectly fine.
And okay. I do have to tell Quinn she has to get on social media. You've been doing good. I don't know how many people on radio are following you specifically. If you're not, Quinn Shutique, she also has a page, Quinn's Collective. But she's been posting. I've never even seen her post this much ever. Never.
I ain't never seen myself post this much. Correct. Ever.
Y'all, you joined a productive vibe. It is Wednesday. We're hanging out. We vibe productively today. Please connect with us. Let us know what you want to know. Let us talk through what you want to talk through. Hopefully, we're bringing good messages for you to be able to make plays. It's Hot 702.5, a productive vibe every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Tap in. Until next time.
We out.
We out.